these are some of the kind of high level groups around the battery information, material composition, carbon footprint, the due diligence aspect as well, and then of course any circularity and performance information. So these are kind of the main buckets of information. Within that, there is a bunch of data points. I think the industry is kind of converging to roughly 100 data points that are required within the final passport. So if you look at kind of the life cycle of such a passport, starting from the beginning when you essentially put that product on the market, you could see it as almost like a birth certificate where the product is put on the market for the first time. It requires that passport to be eligible for the European market, and there obviously solutions such as Circularise can help build that digital layer to create that passport and to maintain and then manage that data, and organizations such as DEKRA can really help make sure that that data has a level of integrity and verifiability that goes into the passport upfront. Once that product is put on the market, during its life cycle, the product might have certain questions around maintenance, second life, and so on, etc., where the status of the battery might change. And that can be something that can help happen through our platforms, where we interface directly with your service providers, maintenance shops, etc., to update the passport during important life cycle events. And of course, state of health, for example, especially independent testing, will become an important aspect as well, where third-party providers such as DEKRA can help. And then at the end of life, when the product is kind of labeled at the end of life as waste, you can either use the passport to optimize the end of life recovery process, to have essentially recipe information, make sure you know the chemistry, to put it through the right amount of the processes and not kind of put it in the wrong stream. We've seen that with many complex electronic products in the past, where due to a lack of information, the recycling process was a lot more inefficient. And funny story, that's actually how Circularise was born about a decade ago, with that core issue. And obviously traceability and sharing information, whether or not in the form of a passport, is really key to solving that.